What's up, sexy sex people that are awesome and love sex tips and stuff like that? My name is Alex, and today we're going over the best sex tip ever. Is this groundbreaking? Is this the most amazing thing ever? This is by someone named Caitlin V. I was just made aware of her channel. She gives a ton of sex advice. I'm going to watch her video that is the #1 best sex tip ever. I'm guessing that if anyone does this, it's like the craziest thing ever and their partner is just like gonna freaking love it and whatever. So let's watch this video, see what's good in it, see what might be bad in it. I don't know, it's only one tip, so how crazy could it be? Let's see.
How do you get better at sex with a specific person? Tips, tools, techniques are great in general.
So I'm not sure there's much difference between general sex advice and specific sex advice unless you're giving bad advice. Unlike me, I give amazing advice like talk to your partner, find out what they like and dislike, which applies to everyone, I guess, unless they can't speak or communicate in any other way. But I think sex advice should be tailored toward anyone, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. But
how do you get better at knowing her body and what her body needs and wants and what her body reacts to sexually?
So yeah, I agree. You should get to know what your partner is looking for in sex. This shouldn't be a crazy groundbreaking thing. You shouldn't be having sex with someone without actually doing the background work to see what they like and then go do that stuff that they like. So, I mean, yeah.
I have an answer for you. I am going to teach you today how to use science to get better at sex. I'm going to show you a method to improve your sexual skills and target them to your specific lover empirically.
I like where this is going.
And then how to change out the variables so that you can get better and better and better at sexing that woman, and very, very quickly.
Dang, so my high school math education is going to pay off?
So no matter how awkward you feel the first time that you have sex with a new partner or the first time you're having sex with the same partner but something else has changed.
Sex with a new partner shouldn't be awkward because you should have already established a sort of rapport, a relationship with that person, a sense of communication with that person. I mean, I understand that sometimes these things happen, you meet people and it's spontaneous and that's cool and everything, but that shouldn't be awkward either because you're both kind of passionate and you're invested in the experience. If you're dating someone and getting to know someone and you're going to have sex for the first time, it shouldn't be this awkward thing. You should talk about sex before you have sex with someone. It might be awkward to start talking about it. I can see that if you're imagining, if you've never done it before, I can see how it could seem like that would be awkward. But trust me, once you start talking to your potential dates and potential sex partners about sex and ask them what they want and go through all this groundwork, make sure you're portraying that you're non-judgmental, everything like that, then the sex is not going to be awkward when you get to that point.
No matter how you feel, you will be able to apply this method. I think this is the single most important tool that you can use to get better at sex. More important than any tip or technique I could ever give you. And that's because this is something that you can use over and over and over again with every different partner to tailor your sexual skills and tailor your pleasure-making activities for that person.
You should always be tailoring your sexual experiences to whatever specific partner you have. There shouldn't be this generic thing that you're just doing every single time. I mean, I get that there will be default things that you do during sex, but you should be tailoring your sex to the needs of your partner and seeing what they like and actually doing that.
This skill, my friends, is called A/B testing, and we use it all the time in data, in analysis, and in marketing.
Wait, am I going to finally be able to use my protractor for this?
And we can apply it to lots of other things, including sex, but not limited to just sex. It could be sex, it could be massage, it could be conversation, it could be location. You could use this to really optimize every date that you will ever go on for the rest of forever. Let's face it, a lot of guys spend a lot of time spinning their wheels, dingling her clit or blowing hot air on her, and it's doing nothing for her.
That's because these are stupid physical techniques that I've said over and over again are stupid. Focus on turning your partner on psychologically, not physically. Doing these random physical things with nothing to back it up mentally, it's not going to be engaging at all. Your partner's not going to care that you're doing these things. There's only so much the physical aspect can actually do for sex. So make it a mental experience, make it a psychological experience, and then you won't be spinning your wheels, like she says, doing these dumb physical techniques that you've learned on the internet.
Without further ado, here is the process for an A/B test.
All right, guys, get your protractors out. I've got mine. We're getting ready to go through this technique. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be groundbreaking. Let's take some notes. Let's see what we can do.
Step 1 is determine what A and B are going to be. More on that in a second. Step 2, test A. Step 3, collect feedback. Step 4, test B. Step 5, collect feedback. Step 6, use the feedback from both A and B and create a new test based on the winner.
Okay, so all we have to do basically is reduce our sexual partner to a scientific experiment, take notes, and do these weird hypotheses, and we'll be amazing at sex. You won't be able to deny that. Your partner won't be able to deny that.
For example, let's take fingering. So you're fingering her in one method. Maybe that method is A. And then you try method B. And then you ask her which one she liked more, method A or method B.
Okay, so you said you liked position A, and that was this certain technique. Let me just write this down. And then you liked B, option B for the other fingering thing. If I can get this, if I've got this straight, and at this certain angle, we can assume that the finger trajectory is correct at position A, but not B, but cannot be limited to position C, because position C could then lead to potential with position A at a 60-degree angle, and
then you use that feedback to make a second test.
There are so many things wrong with this technique. First of all, you're reducing a sexual experience to segmented physical actions. Second of all, you're asking your partner to, I guess, assess a physical stimulation with no arousal attached to it whatsoever. Where do I begin with this? So this is approaching sex at the complete wrong angle. Sex is not a sequence of physical acts that are put together in a certain way that A plus B plus another A here is going to equal this amazing sexual experience. Sex is about feeling, it's about passion. It shouldn't be reduced to this scientific testing and experimenting on your partner. Your partner shouldn't be this test subject that you're taking notes. This is wrong in so many different ways. Where do I even begin? First of all, your partner is not a sexual experiment. Secondly, sex should not be primarily physical, which is what this is emphasizing. It's emphasizing how does this feel? Does this thing feel better? And it's just compiling all of these physical techniques that are not going to really benefit you in the long run, because physical techniques have diminishing returns, which means you can't do the same fingering technique like she shows in this video and expect the same exact results every single time. That's just ridiculous. People want variety, they want change in their sexuality. They don't want to feel the same things over and over again. That gets boring, that gets repetitive, and that's not going to improve your sex at all. Number 3 is that this is taking away any passion or engagement, because you're sitting there and you're trying to figure out all these things, and it's just piling up. She likes it this way, but she doesn't like it this way, and she likes this and this speed and this pressure, and it's all these things that are adding up, and they're just polluting your brain, and they're taking you completely out of the sexual experience, and that is exactly what you don't want to happen. This is crazy advice. If you want to figure out if something works sexually, test instead of physical things. Test psychological things. Say different things during sex. Dirty talk in different ways. Be more emotional one day. Be more degrading the next day. Be more dominant the next day. Test these things out. See if that works. Because I guarantee you, if your partner is psychologically stimulated, they're invested in the experience, then what you do physically does not matter that much at all. When I was first discovering that sex was more mental than physical, I had the goal of providing this great sexual experience to this girl I was dating. I hadn't had sex in a long time, like years, long time. And so I had absolutely no idea what I was doing physically. Trust me, I had no idea. But I had this thought that if I just dirty talk, and if I'm just showing her that I'm into it, and I get her into it, and I'm passionate, and I have this feeling, this confidence, this psychological drive to the sex, and I'm thinking about what I can do to keep her aroused and present in the moment, then if I can do all those things, then my crappy performance physically is not going to matter. And guess what? It didn't matter. And this was what kind of like cemented in my mind that yes, definitely the mental part is so much more important than the physical. I wasn't doing anything, trust me, anything groundbreaking in the physical department. I had no idea what I was doing. Honestly, I didn't have much idea what I was doing in the psychological aspect. But I went for it, I dirty talked, I kept my partner in the moment, I kept her invested in the sex, and it was amazing. It all worked wonders, and it just went to show me that this is the way to have good sex. It's not about, oh, how does this feel? Let me test this out on you. Listen, if you want to be good at sex, don't make it a science experiment. Rather, make it psychologically stimulating, make it arousing, be present, keep your partner present. You can try different physical things, and your partner might like some things more, they might like some things less. But as long as they're invested in the sexual experience, it won't matter that much as long as they're getting something physical out of it. So as long as you're touching them in basically any way, and they're aroused and they're psychologically stimulated, then it doesn't really matter, trust me. It's so much more important to be psychologically stimulated. Anyway, I hope you liked my analysis of this. I am going to definitely be reacting to more of her videos just to kind of cut through any craziness that she is putting out there. If you like this, go ahead and subscribe. Leave me a comment below asking me anything you want. I don't care. I will answer as many questions as I can. And until next time, thanks for watching. See you later.